Hello guys, welcome. So today we are going to be talking about perspective, and we are going to be going from the beginners level to intermediary, then intermediates, and then others. We are going to see how to break down perspective, how to understanding an introduction to it so as to understand it. A lot of beginners, when they hear about perspective, they get kind of scared. They get they think it's too serious, and it's not that serious. It's easy. So we are going to break it down. Things to consider. Now, why do your drawings look flat? The issue with flat drawing has to do with 2D plane. No matter what we say, no matter what we do, especially for beginners, no, for everybody even, we are drawing on a flat plane. Don't forget that. We are drawing on a flat plane. No matter our skills, no matter what we know, no matter, we are still drawing on a flat plane. So everything we are doing, we are trying to create an illusion. We're trying to create an illusion that this flat plane is 3D. 2D means two dimensional. 2 dimension. 3D, 3 dimension. So we are trying to deceive, we are trying to create an illusion that it's a 3D surface. So most people, when you see your drawing looks flat, understand there are some things you need to consider, there are some things you need to keep in mind when creating your art. Things in the 3D world, things that make 3D. So it's something we need to consider. So while our drawings flat, we are drawing on a flat surface. So don't beat yourself around too much when you look at your drawing and it's flat. It's supposed to be flat, but now you need some tools to make that flat surface. Sorry for that. You need some tools to make that flat surface look 3D, 3 dimensional. So let's look at some things. First, let's talk about the idea of 2D or 2 dimension going to 3D. So we talked about 2D meaning 2 dimensional, flat, and then 3D. So in art, you go from flat to form. And what does this mean? Flat here is shape to form. Most people, the reason some people art, some beginner artists, their arts look flat. You might see someone attempt something like this and it's looking flat. It's not like the characters are living in a world, like they are living in a kind of distorted world, is because they fail to acknowledge shape, acknowledge the flatness of things, because those shape is circle, form is sphere. And then how do we know it's a sphere? Most of the time shadow, that is how we know. Form, has transformed into sphere. There are some things we add to the sphere, shadow, light, that makes it no longer a flat surface, but now a 3D object or form. So, but some people fail to acknowledge shape, and then they just go straight trying to go from wherever they start from line to 3D. You have to go from line, line, 2 dimension to 3 dimension. Take note of that. Don't just go from line to 3D. Go from line, 2 dimension to the 3 dimension. And why is that? There's a reason. 2 dimension shape help us in measurement. You might think it's not important. It's very, very important. Measurement. For shortening has a lot to do with measurement than linear perspective. Measurement play an important role in perspective. You have an arm that is distorted. You know, the length is very important. You might think, oh, it's just the form. No, length also play key roles. Key role. The size of this character, let's look at this painting. His size also matters, not just the form. This is measurement. This is a full character, but look at the length. And it helps to show distance. Look at the length of the character. This is another full character closer to us, and look at the length. So some people fail to see that measurement, 2D shape, help in determining most of these things. So take note of that. Don't just push from line to 3D, line 2D, then 3D. So take note of that. Now let's talk about training your brain to see depth. When we talk about 3D, so now let's say we have gone from line to 2D, now 3D. The idea is to see your page, your flat surface. It is the same thing if you are drawing on paper, on a canvas, you are painting, it's the same thing. Is to consider your canvas, to consider your page, your paper, to consider your screen as a window. It's like you are looking at a mirror, but this mirror does not reflect. It's an open world, and you are trying to put items, you are trying to create things in this open world. And there are some things to consider for 3D. I won't go into everything on this video, so I don't bombard you with too much knowledge. I like to break things down. Like I said the last time, shadow. Your shadow is something that helps to convert a 2D item, a 2D figure or form to 3D. So how do we see depth, or how do we create depth in our canvas or pages? Look at the real world. Everything we do, be it everything we do in art, is we are trying to create an illusion, as I said, and then we are trying to use tools we see in our world today, and we are trying to replicate that, invent that, create that in on our pages or on our canvas. So take note of that. That is what turns a flat circle to a sphere, and then you add shadow and everything, and you see the same flat thing, the same flat line comes alive in the paint, in the your pages or on your canvas. So take note of that. A way you can improve yourself, improve your art, is not necessarily studying masters. Yes, you study masters to improve your work, but a better way is to study life, study what you see. You know, that is how we get to invent new things. We look at what we see. Most of this painting you see me create, I take the pose, I set my hands, my face on that pose. I have a mirror close to me, and then I make sure I get that expression or that pose, and then try to put the same thing on my painting. So take note of that. Look at the real world, a curb, draw those things and see how light works. You will learn more from experience than from examples. So take note of that. You will learn more from experience than examples. So everything you are doing, make sure you try to feel it for yourself. Everything you see the old masters do, or the masters or contemporary masters, they felt it themselves. And so just emulating their painting will get you far, but not far enough. So try to experience it for yourself. Train your eyes to see depth, and you train your eyes how? By looking at the real world. You get to see, you then learn how to invent things in your painting. So take note of that. Don't get too carried away with 3D. Understand the process, line to 2D to 3D. So we are going to be stopping here. We will still talk more about taking your painting from 2D to 3D in the next video, and I hope to see you there. I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.